This is going to be a trade review for the trading plan number 4. In that trading plan itself, I was looking for price to attack Monday's high. Right here for NQ and right here for ES. I was expecting ES to take out Monday's high, whereas for NQ, it's trading up into that daily rejection block. So this is the, this is the daily rejection block for NQ. And then for ES, I was expecting it to trade higher. However, what we got was something in reverse. And let's take a look at this particular fair value gap right here. This is a 6 hours fair value gap. It's formed between the Asia session and the London session. Let's drop down into the 1 hour chart, or maybe 90 minutes chart. So within this fair value gap, there was no S&Ts. Even if you're comparing the bodies, there's no SMT as well, right? As you can see right here. So to me, this was like no trade for me, because I was looking for SMT on the lows to validate a long setup into that Monday's high, but I did not get that. The other thing is that this candle here that reached up into Monday's rejection block on 6 hours for ES, or simply put, the candle that gravitated towards the Monday's high, was during news events. So I wasn't able to participate in that move. And when it came back down, there was no SMT on the highs between the quarters as well. So I wasn't able to participate it as well. Okay, so on Friday, I have no trades. My model did not form, so I have taken no trades. So technically, for the entire week, I've only taken one trade, which is on Wednesday, I believe. So with that said, I guess that's how my model filters out the trades, and I think it's a very good thing that it does that, so I don't get to chop myself up in such a condition here. So the condition, to be honest, wasn't that great, because you have Q3 of the New York session taking out Q2's highs and lows. The other thing is you have Q2 of New York session taking out Q1's highs and lows. So this is telling me that we are in a seek and destroy environment, and when the 10:30 candle opens, because there's a news at 10 o'clock if I'm not wrong, so technically for those periods of, for those types of days whereby they have 10 o'clock news drivers, I usually wait for the 10:30 candle, right? So at the 10:30 candles open, we did not take out the high and we did not take out the low. It opened right up here anyways, so there wasn't any SMTs on the highs between the quarters. All right, so both of them made low. Therefore, I wasn't given the opportunity or the insight to see that it is going lower. Right, on the 15 minutes, let's take a look and see if it provides anything. No, 5 minutes, let's take a look. 5 minutes, no SMTs as well, right? Comparing these highs here. 4 minutes, no SMTs. 3 minutes, no SMTs. 2 minutes, same thing here, and lastly the 1 minute. Right, yeah, so there wasn't any confirmation or SMT so to speak. You can argue that this is one form of SMT, but I prefer to look for SMT on the previous quarter. That is my personal preference. Okay, so moving on into the last Q3 and Q4 of that 90 minutes candle from 10:30 to 12 o'clock, we do have a valid SMT right here. You see the body, and right here as well. NQ lower highs, ES higher highs on the bodies, right? So what does this tell me is that I need to wait for a closing price below these two up close candles for ES and a closing price below these two up close candles for NQ, which we did not get right here. Price is just flirting with it, and we got it at the 1202 candle, and 1202, it's right here on NQ. So this is not a strong confirmation yet because NQ hasn't confirmed it, right? Only until the closing price of 1204 we get that confirmation, which is this up close candle here for ES. Okay, and then price just went down into AM sessions low, which is 930's low, right? I was observing to see if price wants to gravitate to 930's low. The only reason why I did not take this trade is because it's a new 90 minutes candle. It did not gravitate lower from 10:30 to 12, but it started the move after 12. So this is something that I can note down in my observations, but to me, I don't really like the timing of this move. I would prefer it to move down between this timing here to 12 o'clock, which means this window of opportunity, basically the macro, all right, basically the 1150 macro here to 1210 macro, right? I would like to see it confirm within the macro, but since it has refused to do so, then I am not trying to push things too hard here. Okay, so this is the first half of the macro. The second half of the macro is until 1210 right here, as you can see. But the thing is that since it is a consolidation here and it's a consolidation right here as well, to me it looks like low probability. Okay, so that is the core reason why I did not take this trade, even though I was anticipating it. All right, and that's it for the review, right? I hope you find this helpful, and that's it. I'll talk to you again. I'll probably do a next video for the forecast as well.